President Trump says one problem with current U.S. immigration policy is that some bad people are allowed into the country, some good people are kept out. Well, CBN News has reported regularly about immigration difficulties in Europe, particularly in Sweden. Late last month, another young woman was raped by an immigrant gang in the city of Malmö. It was the fourth incident in just 2 months. Is Sweden allowing criminal elements to stay while deporting some good people? Well, joining us to set it straight from Stockholm is immigration attorney Gabriel Donner. Gabriel, tell us about the urgent case of an Afghan refugee who became a Christian and he's now about to be deported.
This is regarding a client of ours. We will call him John because he regretfully is afraid of being subjected to one form or another of reprisals if he would give his real name. He has been an active Christian for 3 years. In a congregation here south of Stockholm, and knows all the members of the society, of the particular congregation, and has also brought his own brother to faith. However, he was arrested on the 28th of September 2017 and put in custody. He was put in solitary confinement because he had spoken of the Bible to a Muslim who was in the same situation as himself. He was also deprived of his Bible and kept in solitary confinement for a week. After a week, he was released, but hugged one of the other Muslims who was offended by having been touched by a non-believer and was put back into solitary confinement for another week before he was transferred to a regular prison where he has been kept basically ever since. And now, of course, 3 months have passed and he's still there. Meanwhile, he was to appear in court. Regretfully, he appeared completely deranged. He was cowed. He was afraid of the guards who brought him in. He was brought into the courtroom in prison clothes, in chains, with 3 rather bulky policemen who were sitting around him. And all he said was, I have found the sole truth, and he tore a serviette into 2 pieces and formed a white cross with it. And he said, this is the truth, this is the truth, this is the truth. The court then declared that since he was deranged, he cannot be a Christian, and decided against, and he's supposed to be deported.
Swedish authorities say he is not a true Christian. How do they determine that?
First, they said that he wasn't emotional enough to be a true believer. And secondly, when he was emotional, they said he didn't have enough facts to talk about. So he has faced a moving target when it comes to the treatment of his particular case. The criteria for checking whether a person is truly Christian or not is, of course, a major problem because of the difference of approach to religion by people who are believing themselves and atheists. Among atheists, there tends to be a belief that Christian conversion requires, for example, general expressions of fear. Nobody would become a Christian without first considering all the risks and all the rest of it, is what the authorities here seem to believe, although Christian history tells us the opposite. People convert in spite of danger and do not consider the danger all that much.